Hey guys, it's Laurence here, and in today's video, I want to walk you through exactly how I took my new business from 0 to 100k per month in under 6 months. And it's a system that I've been able to replicate across my clients' businesses as well. And I want to share the 5 or 6 steps that I followed that worked really well for me and have allowed my clients to achieve similar results as well. No kind of messing around, I'll jump straight into it with the first step, which was all about hiring a mentor. One of the biggest things that I did, one of the things that allowed me to really shortcut my success and avoid a lot of the potholes that come with starting and growing a business were avoided through working with a mentor. If you want to achieve success, can you do it without somebody? Maybe. There's no reason that you can't, but there's so many obstacles and there's so many things that can get in the way of your success that a mentor will allow you to avoid. And that's certainly something that happened for me. And the way I like to think of it is you would never climb Everest without a Sherpa. You would never try and get to a new destination without a GPS or a map. And the same is true in business. If you want to get somewhere, just speak to somebody that knows the way, basically. They know how to get there. They know the way. So you don't get lost in your journey. And there's a lot of hidden benefits working with a mentor. And one that is often overlooked is the opportunity cost. I got from 0 to 100k per month in 6 months, which is very quick. And for full transparency, it's not my first ever business. So I had a lot of lessons learned along the way in my previous business that allowed me to get to those numbers relatively quickly. But if it took me a year to get to 100k per month, I would have lost out on 600k because it would have taken me longer to get to 100k a month. I got there in 6 months as opposed to 12. There's 600k that I earned that I wouldn't have earned if it took me a year to get there. And when you start to look at the opportunity costs, sometimes working with a mentor just becomes an absolute no-brainer. And that's the way that I like to view things is how much is it costing me not to be at my goals? If I'm not at 100k per month, it's costing me 100k every single month not being there. And so that's a really powerful way to look at how much opportunity cost there is, basically. The second thing I did to get to that 100k in 6 months is I chose the right vehicle. So I mentioned earlier about the fact that I had a different business. It was a marketing agency and I was selling low to mid ticket, anywhere from $1,000 up to maybe 3k per month. Not an insignificant amount of money, but with a new business where I help agencies to get more appointments, help agency owners, coaches, consultants to grow, I charged high ticket. And it sounds stupid, but it's so much easier to make more money when you charge more money. The only way that you can do that is by choosing the right vehicle in the first place. And I didn't get help with this from my mentor, but he definitely helped me understand the value of what I was selling and allowed my own mind to start thinking that, yeah, I can sell this at a higher price. And that's exactly what I did. So when you have the right vehicle, obviously achieving your goals is a lot easier. But not only that, it's a self-fulfilling thing. So you start to make one sale and then you get, you pour into it a lot more and you make a second sale and a third sale. And before you know it, you're so bought in that making 100k becomes a lot more achievable, attainable, and motivation goes up. And one thing that I see time and time again is people are kind of married to their industry, they're married to their niche, and they really don't need to be. And they're like swimming against the current, trying to make something work. And so often, all they need to do is just reassess where they're at, reassess what they're offering, reassess who they're targeting, and they can make small adjustments in their business and make huge gains. I'm still the same business owner that was running my previous business that struggled to get to 100k, and we did hit 100k every now and again, but definitely not consistently, and definitely took me a lot longer than 6 months. Moving and transitioning away from the previous business model to the one I'm in now has allowed me to see a lot more success than I would have done. And that's purely just by making sure I'm in the right vehicle.
Hey, just real quick, sorry to interrupt the video, but I just wanted to let you know of our brand new free course that we have just launched that takes you through how to book more appointments on your sales calendar through cold email. The course is completely free, it comes with a free community as well, where there's live calls where you can ask me anything, get your questions answered. The second link in the description is going to take you to the free course, as I say, completely free, and it's going to walk you through how to get success from your cold email campaigns. So I will leave it there and enjoy the rest of the video.
Another thing that I attribute my success to, or should I say the time it took to achieve the success, is all about knowing my numbers. I knew exactly what I needed to do to hit 100K per month. I knew how many clients I needed to generate. I knew how many sales calls I needed to take. I knew what my show up rate would be roughly. So I knew how many sales calls I needed to get booked in. I knew what percentage of my calls would be qualified. So I knew how many total calls I need booked in. And I could work backwards from my 100K goal to figure out what needed to happen. And so, for example, I got a number of total sales calls I needed to book in. And then I knew what activities I needed to do in order to book those sales calls. The reason I was able to know this is because of my previous business experience and also getting help from my mentor. So I had a very clear path to 100K a month. And by creating that path and following that path, I now have a very clear path to get to or get beyond 100K per month. And it became a situation of just inputs and outputs. And when you know what inputs you need to get in order to get an output, it's just a volume game. You just have to do more of it. And that's exactly what I was able to do. I had a very clear understanding of what it took to get me to where I wanted to get to ultimately. The next one, which was less of a kind of strategy or a tactic, but something that's probably more important, is raising my standards. Before, 100K per month was a lot of money, and it still is a lot of money, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of money and very thankful that I'm able to achieve that, but it was a scary number. And I needed to normalize 100K per month. I needed to normalize making sales on a very regular basis. That took time, but now I'm at that stage. I can't see myself ever allowing myself to drop below it. My standards have been raised, and therefore it's allowed me to think bigger and allow money to flow a little bit more easily. And it's very woo-woo, but it feels like there's been like a little bit of a gate that has opened and money is just kind of flowing a little bit more naturally because I've raised my standards. And again, that links back to my mentor helping me raise my standards. And generally, people will always fall to their lowest standards. They might go above them slightly, but generally speaking, people only take action when their daily life is being challenged by their standards. If they think that they're below their own standards, then they'll start to raise them. Like if your bedroom is messy, you might let it get to a particular level of untidiness, and then when it becomes too untidy, you think, right, enough is enough. I'm going to tidy up. And that's the same with every aspect of life, including earning money. Is you raise your standards. And some people, you brush your teeth twice a day. That's because that's like a hygiene standard. And if you can get your mindset into a place where 100K is a hygiene standard, or maybe it's 50K, maybe it's 20K, whatever that number is for you, you make it a hygiene standard that you will not allow yourself to go below it. Just like you won't allow yourself to not brush your teeth twice a day. The same kind of mindset needs to be applied to your income as it does your day-to-day life. I was speaking to my mentor about how I can, improve the performance of my marketing. And he said, when you shoot new ads, how many ads do you create? So will I create maybe 3 different ad creatives at a time? And he said, well, next week I want you to create 50. And it just blew my mind. It's like, I want you to create and test 50 ads as opposed to 3 ads. And that volume of testing allows you to learn lessons that take most people 5 years. You can do it in 5 days. You can learn the lessons that most people, to be honest, never learn. And you can learn them so quickly, and you can make adjustments so quickly. And I must have tested more in the first 3 months of my new business than I did in my previous 3 years of my last business. And the volume of testing was huge. And people always underestimate the volume of anything it takes to be successful. And that was really highlighted when my mentor said, shoot 50 videos. It changed the way I viewed the output that I was producing. It was low, it was small, it was insignificant. It didn't deserve the results that I was looking for. And only when I shifted and I started testing everything to the nth degree and started optimizing every aspect of my business did I start to see the results I was looking for. There's 5 different things that I've taken on board that have allowed me to go from that 0 to 100K per month. And hopefully that's been insightful and you can take some things away and implement them into your own business. And if you want help to grow your business, to achieve more, you want more appointments on your calendar, you want more clients, you want more revenue, you want more profit, you want more impact, then below this video, you'll find a link. Just click on that link. It'll take you to a landing page. You can watch a quick video which explains kind of what we do, who we do it for, how it all works. Watch that video. If you like what you hear, then we can book in a call for us to speak directly one-on-one and see whether or not we can help. I'll give you some advice on how to grow. And if it's a good fit working with one another, cool. If it's not a problem at all. You've got some free advice and you've got a bit of a roadmap moving forward. So yeah, click that link, schedule in a call. Let's have a chat. Thanks for watching and I will see you on the next one.